Good day, everybody. And I mean everybody, because the whole world is watching this. The whole world is anticipating my opinions of the top 50 cartoons of all time. Now, we've done the top 150. So if you haven't seen 150 through 51, that's 2 other videos. This is a 3-parter, man. This is a mini-series. Yeah. Everybody likes a good mini-series. And you could probably binge watch this whole thing right now. Yeah, they're all available right now. Go to part 1, go to part 2, and then watch this. Don't watch this one first because it ruins the ending. What are you doing right now if that's what you're doing? Now, if you've already watched the other 2, I'm not talking to you. You're doing it right. And it's time for your anticipation to be appeased. Because I know you're all shivering with anticipation.
This is Brandon, and I have a pretty weird life. I mean, I'm a dad, I have a demanding cat, and I own ASY TV, a streaming television network that puts me on a never-ending road filming awesome people in awesome places all over the nation. So I'm inviting you to come along for the ride and see what it takes to run ASY TV. And I'm doing the van life thing while having fun, amazing, tasty, and weird adventures. Are you ready? It's the ASY TV life.
And number 50 is the new Transformers, the Cybertron Battle of whatever, the whole series of Transformers cartoons that are on Netflix right now. I really like it. It strays a little bit, a lot of it from the original series. I don't like that. That's why it's number 50 and not higher, but I don't mind it, okay? I watched every single one that they put out. I hope they got more coming out. I know it's like a big trilogy or something like that. My nose is itchy. I don't know why. I'm not picking it. If I got any bugs, I guess I'll see that when I edit it. Any boogers? Anyway, number 50 is the new Transformers stuff on Netflix. Number 49. This one could be higher and it could be lower. I think it's right where it needs to be. The original movies, Bill and Ted, Excellent Adventure, Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, Bill and Ted even Face the Music. I can't even express to you how big of a fan I am of the Bill and Ted series. But the cartoon, I watched it. I watched every single episode and it lost me. It was okay. It should have been way better. So number 49, Bill and Ted's animated series. Number 48, another Netflix, Big Mouth. It's really good. It could be higher. I just haven't committed myself to, I don't even think I watched the last season. I watched the first 2 seasons. I think I really like them. I won't say love, but I really like them. But I haven't watched the last one, and that just tells me that, yes, it needs to be somewhat high on the list, but not that high on the list. So Big Mouth, number 48. Number 47. Oh, that's really hard to do. Woody Woodpecker. I grew up being a huge Woody Woodpecker fan. I don't know what happened to the franchise. It seems like something that probably should have stuck around. It didn't, and that's fine. They did make a movie, didn't they? They made a Woody Woodpecker movie back in the 90s or something like that. Pretty sure it didn't do that great, but Woody Woodpecker was a great cartoon for me when I was a kid. Number 47 is Woody Woodpecker. Number 46, my earliest memories, of course, Disney Rules the World, Mickey Mouse, the original 70s, 80s, maybe even 60s Mickey Mouse. I'm not sure if it was called the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. I don't like the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. It's just Mickey going on an ego trip. That's all that is. I hate Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. But I did like the original Mickey Mouse series, where it's him and Donald Duck, and they're just Goofy, and they're Pluto, and they're just goofing around. And yeah, that was cool. That was a big part of my childhood. So number 46, the original Mickey Mouse series. Number 45, Rocky and Bullwinkle. Hey, watch me pull a rabbit out of my hat. Again, Bullwinkle. I do that way better, but my throat is done right now. I filmed all 3 of these episodes back to back, so... And I haven't drank any water or anything. I have some over there, but it's out of reach. I should take a break and go do that, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna fire right through these damn things. Okay, so Rocky and Bullwinkle, love Rocky and Bullwinkle. And they had like something, Mr. Peabody It was like a little thing that they would go to, like a sideshow inside Rocky and Bullwinkle. That was great as well. I don't remember exactly what it was called, but Mr. Peabody something. Rocky and Bullwinkle, number 45. Number 44 is a newer one. It's on Hulu. It's by the makers of Rick and Morty. It's called Solar Opposites. I really, really, really like this one, but I think I need a few more seasons and a little more seasoning. I don't know. It's really good. It's really good. I just don't think it needs to be higher on this list because I love it, but I'm not in love with it. Does that make any sense to you? So number 44, Solar Opposites. Number 43, BRICKLEBERRY. BRICKLEBERRY. It's just an adult cartoon. It's dirty. It's obscene. It's funny as hell. I think Daniel Tosh has something to do with it. I'm a big fan of BRICKLEBERRY. I know a lot of people would not have it this high on anybody's list, but it could be higher on my list, to be honest with you. But I'm going to keep it at 43. I think that's a nice safe area for it, so it doesn't get too much attention, but it's not too far on the list to where it goes against what I truly think about that cartoon. I think it's pretty great. Number 42. Here's memory lane for you. Schoolhouse Rock. Come on, you remember all the shorts on Saturday morning cartoons in the 80s? Like, I'm just a bill on Capitol Hill. There's a ton of these different cartoons. I'd love to watch those again as well, because I don't remember hardly any of them. But I do remember little clips of I remember the logo and everything, and I remember every time it came out, I was like, I'm gonna learn something. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be cool. I'm gonna sing a new song. So Schoolhouse Rock, abso-freaking-lutely, number 42. Number 41, The Wacky Races. Come on, it was the greatest thing. This should be way higher on the list. This could be in the top 20, to be honest with you. The Wacky Races, they took all the Hanna-Barbera and I think different companies as well, took all their characters, and they had like a Cannonball Run type of thing with them. They had like the Laugh Olympics for another one, but I'm kind of lumping those two things together. But it was just so much fun, and they would race across the country or wherever they were racing in the cartoon realm, and it was so much fun just to see all these different characters interacting. And I absolutely I couldn't wait till the Wacky Races came on. It was like the Olympics to me. So number 41, the Wacky Races. Number 40, Space Ghost, Coast to Coast. Not the original Space Ghost, didn't care about it, but the Space Ghost Coast to Coast with Brack and who was the praying mantis? Zeltar? Damn it, he was my favorite character too. I loved Space Ghost Coast to Coast. It was cheaply animated. They had amazing guests on there, and it was so awkwardly funny that I would probably appreciate it more at my age that I am now than I was 20 years ago when it came out. So Space Ghost Coast to Coast, number 40. Number 39, Voltron. I was all things Voltron as a kid. I had all the toys, all the action figures. I had Voltron everything. I just loved Voltron. It was a bunch of cats that just connected to form a giant robot with a giant sword, and they would fight for justice and all across the universe. I'm sure it was a Japanese thing that was transferred to English because the words never met the mouths, when they were voicing it over. But Voltron, number 39. Number 38, the Pac-Man animated series. Do you remember that? I saw that on a list of cartoons, and I'm like, I really loved Pac-Man the cartoon. It was like this Pac-Man's family, Mrs. Pac-Man, the Pac-Kids, and they just go around, and the ghosts were a bunch of bullies, and then they would eat a power thing, and then they'd beat up the ghost and eat them. And pretty violent now that I'm thinking about it. But Pac-Man, the animated series, number 38. Number 37, this one's gonna blow your mind. Because A, you've never heard of it, or B, you're like, really, Brandon? Number 37, I'm sorry. Happy Tree Friends. It's the most grotesque, violent, cute, ridiculous, over-the-top, gut-wrenching, hilarious cartoon that you don't know anything about. And if you do know what it is about, you know what I'm talking about. Happy Tree Friends. That's all I'm going to say. Look it up. Number 37, Happy Tree Friends. It used to be on Netflix. I don't think it's on there anymore. It's probably got way canceled. Number 36, The Jetsons. I considered putting The Jetsons like in the top 25. I know it's not too far away, but I'm trying to think. I remember Astro and George and Judy and Jane and Rosie the robot. I remember really the Spacely Sprocket. Spacely, Mr. Spacely was awesome. It was basically a space version of the Flintstones, and I really, really liked it. But looking back, I'm like, did I really like it, or is it just because it was on and there was really nothing else on at the time? But Jetsons, absolutely number 36. Number 35, I don't know why I like this cartoon so much. It was just stupid, and the word stupid is in the title. Two Stupid Dogs, number 35. Two Stupid Dogs. I just remember they're just really dumb dogs. And the little dog was like, you ball! And oh my God, I just remember horse laughing over this whole freaking cartoon. Every time they had an episode, it was just so stupid funny. So stupid funny. So yeah, Two Stupid Dogs, number 35. Number 34 may surprise you a little bit because I'm a huge wrestling fan and I was a pro wrestler for years. But Hulk Hogan's Rockin' Wrestling, it didn't last that long. I watched every episode religiously. Had all my favorite wrestlers on there, Hogan and Piper and Iron Sheik and Hillbilly Jim and Junkyard Dog. It just, well, I watched it recently and it was just so bad. It was just something they threw together and put out there. And I only watched it because I was a wrestling fan. So, but it has to be high on the list. 37 is pretty damn high out of 150. Number 33, CATDOG. A little cat dog. If you really think of the premise of CATDOG, it's really disturbing. It's a cat and a dog connected at the waist. Where does the poop go? Where do they pee? What if they fall in love? Do they both have to marry somebody? There's a lot of questions that needed to be answered about CATDOG that were never answered. But as a cartoon, it was absolutely freaking hilarious. So CATDOG, number 33. Number 32, dun, 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 Inspector Gadget. Dun, 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 ooh, ooh. Loved Inspector Gadget. Loved Penny and her dog. The movies, the live action movies with Matthew Broderick, they're okay, but you couldn't compete. As soon as that theme song came on, you were hooked. You were hooked for the entire episode, and you couldn't wait to the next one. Go Gadget throat. Ugh. Jeez, a lot of talking. So Inspector Gadget, number 32. Number 31. A lot of you will want this one higher. Some of you may not. Ren and Stimpy. I like Ren and Stimpy. I just didn't have time for Ren and Stimpy when Ren and Stimpy was a thing. Okay, I remember having the original comic books. I think I still have them. But I was into Beavis and Butthead, and I don't think I had, like... I could get MTV, but I don't remember being able to find Ren and Stimpy. It was kind of hard to find. And it was a little edgy for Nickelodeon, which I think it was on Nickelodeon. I don't know, maybe it just came on late or something, but I remember wanting to watch it and then not being able to find it. And when I finally did find it, I was like, eh. But I really liked it, so... I don't know. You figure it out for me. Ren and Stimpy is number 31. Number 30 is one that is on nobody's list of any list of cartoons that I found. I found lists of the top 500 cartoons and I scrolled through those. And it had all the anime stuff. Again, no anime on this list. I don't like anime. The closest thing to anime was Samurai Jack, and that's like 2 videos ago. I hated Samurai Jack. But nobody had this cartoon on their list. Stunt Dogs. Stunt Dogs is number 30. It'd be higher, honestly, if it would have lasted longer. And if I could find it. I can't find it anywhere. It's not on YouTube. There's nothing online about it. It's weird. It's like it just got erased. I loved Stunt Dogs. DAWGS. WGS. It was, I just remember there was this one character named Crash. And he was always being hounded by this woman named Velma. Oh man, it's Velma. Oh, help me, help me, help me. And then they had a bad guy whose name was Richard P. Fungus, I think. P. Fungus. And he would always, and everyone would call him Dick. And he'd be like, don't call me Dick. And this was on Saturday morning cartoons. I just remember laughing so freaking hard about this. It was like a bunch of stuntmen and they would solve crimes. And Richard P. Fungus, I think that was his name, was the bad guy. It was just dumb fun, and I just remember being a dumb kid who loved it. So Stunt Dogs is number 30. Number 29, Batman, the animated series. Oh, here we go again with the comment section. Batman was groundbreaking. It was one of the coolest things I've ever seen. It was personable. It was like for an adult audience. I can't believe you would put him in. Listen, he's number. I said he. Batman is, my page is 29 out of 150 out of thousands of cartoons. So it's pretty high up there. Can you get over it? I'm not putting Batman the animated series, even though I really liked it. I'm not putting him at the top of the list by any means. That's the highest superhero on any of these lists. So Batman, the original animated series, I guess, is number 29. Deal with it. Number 28. Oh boy, here we go. We're gonna get pissed off again. Bob's Burgers, number 28. I like Bob's Burgers a lot. I love Bob's Burgers. I've been dating him for years, Bob's Burgers. I've been dating it for years, but I'm not falling in love with it, and I'm not gonna marry it, okay? The top 10 are the ones that I'll be marrying, all of them. I'm gonna be a polygamist for cartoons, and it's gonna be wonderful. But Bob's Burgers not gonna be in that party. I like it a lot. It's literally, I watch every episode, but no, 28 is where you're at, Bob's Burgers. Deal with it. Number 27. Hey, it's Fat Albert. Fat Albert. All Bill Cosby stuff aside, Bill Cosby was an idol of mine, not because of the Cosby Show, mainly because of his stand-up and this cartoon, Fat Albert. I watched every single damn episode, and I'd probably watch him again. Bill Cosby he did all the voices, and he did little live action stuff in between segments. But I don't know what it was. I just really loved me some Fat Albert. And screw the live action movie. That was terrible. That was just uncalled for. Leave stuff alone. Tired of you people making mockeries of everything that we loved growing up. Like, make something new. Make something new. Figure something out. Or don't do anything at all. Piss me off messing with Fat Albert. Couldn't even do a show called Fat Albert anymore. You couldn't. Oh, you can't call him fat. Number 27 is Fat Albert. Number 26, Alvin, Simon, Theodore. I'm dying. Alvin and the Chipmunks is number 26. What can I say? I was an Alvin and the Chipmunks fan before there was a cartoon. When it was the song Christmas, Christmas time is here, time for joy and time for fear. And Alvin would be like, me, I want a hula hoop. I loved that. And then they had, I'm the witch doctor. Ting, tang. Walla walla bing bang. It was Alvin and Chipmunks, I think. God, my nose is itching. It's like a weird, like, dander thing going on in here. It must be my cat. I have to blame my cat for everything. But anyways, Alvin and the Chipmunks, number 26. Number 25. Are you ready for number 25? Peanuts, Charlie Brown. This could be higher. It really could, because I remember just watching Charlie Brown on VHS tapes and reading all the books. And I haven't watched the new movies because I don't want them to mess it up, which they will. They always mess everything up. Like I said, same with Fat Albert. They messed it up. But maybe I'll give it a chance because it's still animated. As long as it's not like a live action Charlie Brown movie, which would be terrible. But Peanuts Snoopy was my idol. Him and Woodstock, and I liked Linus and Pigpen and Lucy and Sally and Peppermint Patty and of course Charlie Brown. Love me some Charlie Brown. Love me some Peanuts. Number 25. Number 24, G.I. Joe. A lot of you will probably put this a little bit higher. Some of you may not even have this on your list at all. But back then I was dedicated to G.I. Joe. I had every action figure. I had the aircraft carrier, the jets. I had all of, just everything G.I. Joe. My G.I. Joe guys would fight my Star Wars guys. They both fight off the Transformers, and the WWF LJN action figures would come in. The Battle Beasts would come in. The muscle little pink guys they'd fight for their lives because they were smaller. And I'm missing 15 different, He-Man, of course. I was spoiled with toys as a kid. And G.I. Joe was a major part of that collection, and the cartoon was on my TV every Saturday morning. It's not higher on the list because I've watched it again recently, and it just, I kind of fell out of love with it. It wasn't that great as I remember. I do remember the knowing is half the battle lessons after every episode, so that was fun. Number 23, the real Ghostbusters. Now, we talked about the original Ghostbusters back in the first episode of this, and that was what it was. That was actually based on the Ghostbusters that came before the actual Ghostbusters, so I get it. They wanted to make some money off that name because they still owned a piece of it. But the real Ghostbusters were the ones from the movies that we all loved. Even Ghostbusters Afterlife, the new one, unfreaking believable. What can I say though? I think it was actually called Slimer and the Real Ghostbusters, but I really, really like that cartoon. It would probably still hold up to this day. Number 22, Aqua Teen Hunger Force. I had a little trouble because I wrote Aqua Teen as one word, then I put an H, and then the word force. Aqua Teen Hunger Force, number 22. It's just great. Fry Man and Shake is just the best. Meatwad. Neighbor Carl. I love Aqua Teen Hunger Force. It's one of those I can just put on and leave on, and yeah, it's just a great cartoon. Are they still making those? Is Adult Swim still making Aqua Teen Hunger Force? I hope they are, because I'd like to see what they're doing at this point. But yeah, Aqua Teen Hunger Force, number 22. Number 21. Are you ready, keyboard? You got your keyboard ready to comment? Get the comment section. Go ahead. Because this is number one on everybody's list. It's either this or BoJack Horseman or, you know, Samurai Jack. Those are like the three that are on number one on everybody's list. Not mine, not even close. Number 21, and I do like this cartoon, and it's been around forever. I just don't have the connection to it that I do with the 20 above this one. But number 21 is still a good ranking. The Simpsons. I am not a big Simpsons fan. I was when it first came out because it was new, it was unique. Everyone had a Bart Simpson shirt on. I remember going to Cedar Point up in Sandusky, Ohio, and I looked around while wearing a Bart Simpson shirt, and everybody had a Bart Simpson shirt on. It was crazy. Cowabunga, dude. But I'm not a big fan. I have not watched a new episode of The Simpsons in probably 15 years. Except for the one they did with Family Guy. It's part of American culture. It's great. It's wonderful. They've lasted this long. Are you kidding me? But I'm not a Simpsons fan. I'm sorry. Not sorry. Make your own video, and you can put Simpsons as number 1, Samurai Jack is number 2, BoJack Horseman is number 3, Boondocks is number 4. None of those are going to make my top of my list. The other ones, besides The Simpsons, didn't even make it in the top 50. So, there you go. My nose itches. It's driving me nuts. Number 20. This one's going to make you mad too, because you'll probably want this in the top 10, won't you? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I loved it. I watched every single episode. Talking about the original series in the 80s. I watched it for a long time. Like, I remember I had a girlfriend at one point, and like, we were like a solid relationship, and I was still watching Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And she's like, why are you watching this? I'm like, I like it, okay? So number 20 is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That's all I'm going to say about it. I really liked it. I had all the toys. I liked the video game, pumped quarters into that thing. But the cartoon was great. It's number 20 out of a list of 150. What else do you want from me? It's pretty high up there. Jeez. Number 19. We're getting into the teens. Here we go. One that my kid introduced to me, and I really enjoy the hell out of it. Adventure Time. Come along with me to a forest through a tree. Hey, I don't remember the lyrics. Oh, wait, no, that's the ending song. Adventure time, come join your friends. Come to very distant lands. Dog and family. Whatever. I really like Adventure Time. They just come up with a bunch of new episodes about a year ago that were really good as well. It's like a whole Adventure Time universe. And I like things that are consistent. So it's one of those shows where the story stops, but it keeps going in the next episode. I dig that stuff. Adventure Time is number 19. Number 18, Wilma! Flintstones! Oh, if it wasn't for the Flintstones, I'd say half of these cartoons wouldn't even exist. If it wasn't for the Flintstones, I have to say, which is kind of a direct ripoff of The Honeymooners with Jackie Gleason back in the early days of television. There was a cartoon version of The Honeymooners in the prehistoric age. But Flintstones, come on. They used to smoke packs of cigarettes and do commercials for cigarette ads before people had half a brain. I love the Flintstones, and again, they made movies. A lot of these cartoons came from movies, and then a lot of these cartoons had movies come from them, like the Flintstone movies with John Goodman and whomever, Rosie O'Donnell. Hot garbage, like super hot garbage. That's not what I'm talking about when I say the Flintstones. I'm talking about the damn cartoon, okay? Fred, Barney, Wilma, Betty, Dino. If you don't know what the Flintstones is, you're probably very young. I think they're more popular now for their vitamins, to be honest with you. I don't want them to remake the Flintstones cartoon. Like Netflix is gonna buy the rights to the Flintstones, and hey, we're gonna make a new Flintstones thing. It'll all be clean and bright, and maybe if they did like an adult Flintstones, like to like Roseanne type humor, that'd be kind of funny. I don't know. But anyways, Flintstones, number 18. Number 17, I forgot how much I loved this one until I just watched an episode of it, and I'm like, wow, it is so good. Beetlejuice, the animated series, another one that came from a movie. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. Holy crap. Number 17 is Beetlejuice. It was so good, wasn't it? You remember Beetlejuice. This could easily be higher on the list as well, but I'm pretty confident about the ones that are above it. There's a couple of them that I don't like as much as I liked Beetlejuice, to be honest with you. I could probably switch that around, but I'm not going to. This is set in stone. I can't erase this. This is permanent ink, okay? It's gonna be here forever. So Beetlejuice is number 17. Just a great cartoon. Wacky, crazy, and it stayed true to the movie, but it just expanded like to places the movie just couldn't go. So awesome. Beetlejuice 17. Number 16, it's time for Animaniacs. And we're zany to the max. Wackle packs away the snacks. Bubba Clinton plays the sax. We're Animaniacs. I know that whole song. It's in here somewhere. I'm not going to do that to you and try to figure it out while we're talking, but Animaniacs doesn't get any better than Animaniacs. It was the Warner Brothers' best thing since the original Looney Tunes, which we're going to talk about in a second. Animaniacs was great. That's all I'm going to say. Number 16, Animaniacs. Number 15, SpongeBob SquarePants. Oh, who lives in a pineapple under the sea? Who's red and yellow and porous is he? You're supposed to sing along with me, damn it. Can't get you guys to do anything. Can't even get you to hit the subscribe button half the time. Crap, man. I only ask for like 30 minutes of time. It's like an hour and a half, maybe a little hour and 45 minutes for all three of these videos put together. So you can't just sing some SpongeBob with me. SpongeBob SquarePants. Yeah, it's real hard, isn't it? You were thinking it in your head, though. Anyway, SpongeBob. What can I say about SpongeBob? Squidward's my favorite character. Patrick, Mr. Krabs, Sandy the Squirrel. Who's the guy at the chum bucket? Somebody out there, say it. Anyways, what the hell is the guy at the chum bucket? The rival, and it doesn't even matter. We'll figure this out later together. Put it in the comments for me. SpongeBob, number 15. Number 14, you have no idea what number 14 is, but you also have no idea how much he meant to me as a kid. My favorite cartoon as a young Brandon. Wheelie and the Chopper Bunch. Maybe you've heard of him. Maybe you've seen him. I highly doubt it. Charge, you would say it right on his windshield. I loved Wheelie the Chopper Bunch. It never took off. I don't remember there ever being toys. Maybe there was like little cars. I'm pretty sure I had a little car, like a little matchbox car. I want a shirt that says Wheelie and the Chopper Bunch. And I remember they had the bad guy, Chopper was the Chopper Gang was the bad guy. I can't remember the name of the actual motorcycles, but they had a little scooter. You'd be like, I told you so, I told you so, I told you so. Shut up. just great. And Chopper had a girlfriend who was like a Volkswagen Bug or something like that. I loved that cartoon so damn much. And as a kid, it just disappeared. It's nowhere to be found. So get online, look up Wheelie and the Chopper Bunch, and send me links because I want to watch that again. And I want a shirt. I want everything Wheelie and the Chopper Bunch. That's going to be the new thing that I collect. I want a mix tile back here. He'll be right there next to Audrey too. I want Wheelie and the Chopper Bunch stuff. So just find it for me, please. All right, and the Wheelie and the Chopper Bunch is number 14. Number 13, Tom and Jerry. I think right after Wheelie and the Chopper Bunch, I kind of drifted into a Tom and Jerry territory, and it was about the same time as Warner Brothers as well. I'm sorry, Looney Tunes as well. Tom and Jerry was everything, and they're still making movies. They had staying power. And the new movie, it's like a live animation thing, is good. It's a good movie. I enjoyed the hell out of it. So Tom and Jerry, whether they were fighting or whether they got along or whether they brought in Spike the dog into it or whatever, they're torturing the person that they lived with and they're just destroying the house. And Tom and Jerry was so awesome. I do have a Tom and Jerry shirt somewhere. It's blue. I got it at Target. Where's that Tom and Jerry shirt? I would have wore it for this. Anyways, Tom and Jerry, number 13. Number 12. La 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 la. That was the whole intro. Is this them going la 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 la, and then they had the evil part with Gargamel. Ah, that's real. Going to eat these Smurfs. Gargamel was trying to eat the Smurfs. Oh yeah, number 12 is the Smurfs. He was trying to eat them. He's gonna make a pie out of them and just put them in a slow cooker, and it was very. There was a real danger element to that. It was really stressful to watch when Gargamel was messing with him and the cat Azrael. But I loved the Smurfs. I had all the little P-E-Y-O action figures that smelled like chemicals. But I wish I could smell one right now because it just take me back 40 years. Love the Smurfs. Love the Smurfs. Papa Smurf, Brainy Smurf, Hefty Smurf, Vanity Smurf, Baker Smurf, Smurfette, Grumpy Smurf, Grouchy Smurf. Love the Smurfs. And that is why they're so high on this list at number 12. Number 11. Transformers, more than meets the eye. Transformers, robots in disguise. Sorry, I got too close to your face there, but I had to do the voice. My throat's going to give out. I don't even know if I can get to these last 10, but number 11 is Transformers, the original series in the 1980s, Optimus Prime versus Megatron. Then they came out with that movie where they killed everybody, and then they killed Optimus Prime, and they turned Megatron into Galvatron, and then Galvatron killed Starscream, and Starscream was a ghost, and then they had Rodimus Prime and Ultra Magnus, but I like the original ones, and I still like that too. That was a continuation. I like how it was almost like a wrestling pay-per-view. You watch wrestling every week, and then they had the big pay-per-view, which was the Transformers movie, and then after that, you just keep the story going. I liked it. I liked all of that. I loved all of that. I had all the toys. I couldn't wait to the next episode because it was just a continual story. It was so cool, and it got really dark. You know what I mean? You can't just be all good guy wins and roses and rainbows. You can't do that for too long, and that's what a lot of these cartoons were. Then the movie came out, and everyone dies, and it was just dark after that. So then Unicron came around, and everybody was. It was awesome. Transformers, number 11. Could have been higher. It's not. It's number 11. Get over it if you're mad about that. Number 10, Garfield and Friends. How did that theme song go? I want to sing it for you. I just remember him going, "Ay caramba." It's fun never ends. It's time to get party with Garfield and Friends. Okay, I remembered some of it. Loved me some Garfield. Like I said in a previous video, it started with the comic strip. Then I used to buy these books. I think they were like that big, and you would pull them and it had all the comic strips in them. I had like 20 of those things. Love freaking Garfield. And when that Garfield and Friends came out, I was glued to it. It was perfect. The comic strip came alive. And then they went to U.S. Acres, which was a part of Garfield and Friends. I guess they were the friends. But it had Orson the pig and the chickens, and just, it was so good. It was just, it never got old. It never got boring. I would probably still watch it to this day if I could find it. I don't like the one with I think I still watched the new one, which probably could also be on this list. The new Garfield that was like all like fancy looking animation. It was just too much. Like, just calm down. Just do what works. Stick with that. So Garfield and Friends, though, easily top 10 and definitely at number 10 on my list. How do you feel about that? Put it in the comments. Number 9, He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. Dun, 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 bum, 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 bum. Loved He-Man. Had every action figure that up until they started like releasing just ridiculous ones. I stopped after the first few seasons of He-Man. You know, you get older, you get into different things, but loved He-Man. It was just, watching it now, it's weird. I mean, the new one is also on this list, the stuff that's on Netflix. It's good. It picks up where the story left off, but it's just not as good as the cheesy, like, somewhat erotic in weird ways that I didn't understand back then. There's a lot of undertones in the original He-Man cartoon, but it didn't stop me from absolutely loving it. And that's why it's number 9 out of the top 150 cartoons of all time. And keep in mind, there's 1,000 cartoons out there. This is only the top 150. I should have done a top 1,000. Would you stick around for that? No, you're not even sticking around for this. Hit the subscribe button. Make me happy for once in your life. I'm doing all this work for you. Because some of these are going to jog your memory. You're going to be like, oh my God, I completely forgot about Stunt Dogs. I completely forgot about Wheelie and the Chopper Bunch. Didn't ya? It's me who brought it back to you. You're going to go on YouTube right after this, and you're going to be like, Wheelie and the Chopper Bunch. Oh my God, there it is. Hey, you're welcome. You're welcome. Thank me later. Okay, He-Man is number 9. Number 8. A lot of you won't want this high on your list, but it is by all means one of my favorite cartoons. Every season, every episode was watched several times. I quote these guys. I make the noise that these guys make. Mordecai and Rigby on Regular Show is number 8. And I'm smiling big because I freaking love Regular Show. I have a Regular Show t-shirt too. Oh my goodness, I could have wore a different shirt per episode, but I didn't. I'm smelly now. I'm under these hot lights. Regular Show, number 8. I think it's a kid's cartoon that's made for anybody though. It's made for adults, teenagers, young kids. I've been trying to talk my son into dressing up for Halloween as Mordecai and Rigby forever. He's Rigby, I'm Mordecai, because I'm taller. He won't do it. I got him to dress up as Rick and Morty with me. That was fun. But yeah, anyways, I love Regular Show. It got a little weird up in space, but where else are they going to go? I think they did enough in the park. And Mordecai and Rigby are just the greatest characters ever. Even Skips and Benson and Pops and Muscle Man. Hey, bro! Oh my God, I'm gonna binge watch it right after I'm done talking to you because I love me some Regular Show. Number 7. Boom, bow down, boom, bow down, boom, 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 bow. The last cool thing on MTV. Shut up, Beavis. They've been talking for hours about cartoons. What a dumbass. Beavis and Butthead. Why isn't this higher? I know why it's not higher, because I'm looking at the other ones. Number 7, Beavis and Butthead on MTV. When it first came out, I turned into Beavis and Butthead. My roommate at the time, Jim, and I, that's the only way we would talk to each other. And my voice is going bad right now. It says, hey, I can't get the voices out as good as I can normally do them, which I normally can do them pretty good. But it'd be like hey Jim, do you want some like potato stroganoff? He'd be like, yeah, put it in a bowl, dumbass. I'm like, yeah. Don't make me kick your ass, Jim. That's how we talk to each other. That's how we talk to everybody. It was just, our voices changed to Beavis and Butthead. And it was great. I mean, yeah, the stories were awesome on the show where they'd be off and doing adventures or whatever they were doing. the theme of the show. But what really made Beavis and Butthead great was the fact that they made careers, like bands like White Zombie. They also destroyed careers like Winger, but it was just such a good show. I loved watching them review the videos and just talking shit and just having a good time with it. It was the perfect show for the 90s. So Beavis and Butthead, number 7. Number 6. Hello, Hef. Rocko's Modern Life. I debated on making this higher on the list. I even enjoyed the Netflix special that came out a couple years ago. I love Rocko, Heifer, Sheldon. I just love the gang, the big heads. Oh, Ed! Oh, Rocko. I don't know why that's the voice I can do. Mrs. Big Head is the only voice I can do. I can't do a very good Rocko. But, I can pretty much... How do I do Sheldon? Hello. Oh, it's Sheldon's just the guy from the Jerky Boys. It may actually be him. I have no idea. But anyway, love me some Rocko's Modern Life. It's really another one of those cartoons that's aimed at people like me who got sick sense of humors, who enjoy old school cartoons but love the new edge to them. Rocko's Modern Life was great. It was great. I liked it more than anything else on Nickelodeon ever. Ever since they used to air Monty Python's Flying Circus for some reason back in the 80s. But Rocko's Modern Life, number 6. Number 5, we're in the top 5. Oh, this thing is almost over. And this has been the longest video because I've been talking longer about these because I like them a lot more. Number 5, I'm gonna keep this one simple, Looney Tunes. Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, Porky Pig, Yosemite Sam, Foghorn Leghorn, Roadrunner, Coyote, Daffy Duck, Sylvester the Cat, Tweety Bird, The Gang, Tasmanian Devil. That was my childhood. This could easily be number 1. It really could be. It's just, I can't even really put it into words how much I watched Looney Tunes. It would just be on. I don't know where to do that now. Is there a channel like Paramount Plus or something, or Plus, Max, whatever? There's got to be a channel where I can just put on Looney Tunes and keep them on. Like and the funny thing is, my favorite skit on Looney Tunes, the Warner Brothers Looney Tunes, the original one, is not even I could have done Tiny Toons Adventures too. Why isn't that on here? Did I already say Tiny Toons in another video? I don't think I did. Tiny Toon Adventures is another asterisk honorable mention that could be literally in the top 25. But anyways, I just want to put it on and keep it going. And my favorite skit was the 3 Bears. Like, Bugs Bunny would come in, he'd be out in the middle of the woods, he'd come across a cabin and go to sleep in somebody's bed. And then these 3 dysfunctional bears, the mom, the dad, and the son, would just awful to each other. And like, my favorite thing is like the dad's like, they're sitting around eating their porridge. They're doing the 3 Bears skit. And the dad's like, all right, everybody, we're gonna eat this porridge. Try to remember your lines. And the mom takes a bite. This porridge is too cold. And the dad takes a bite. This porridge is too hot. And the baby, who's this big dumb looking bear, somebody's sleeping in my bed. And the dad punches him right in the face. I love the 3 Bears on Warner Brothers Looney Tunes. It's the best. And then you got all the standard characters, Daffy Duck and Sylvester. Okay, I've been talking too much about the Looney Tunes. Number 4. Wow, we're at number 4. And these top 5 are pretty much interchangeable, but I put them in this order for a reason. Number 4, American Dad. Steve Smith, the son, is my favorite character. Probably quickly followed by Roger and Stan, Fran, Haley, Jeff, Mr. Bullock. I've watched every episode of American Dad, even the new ones, time and time and time again. All of these ones on the top 5, well, not top 5 because I don't know where to watch Looney Tunes, but the top 4, my ritual, my routine when I go to bed, I turn on Hulu, I go to My Stuff, and those are the top 4 things all the time. I click one of them, and then whether it's American Dad, I just leave it on all night. I fall asleep listening to these things all the time. It could be why I'm kind of a whack job at times, but probably why I never sleep. But I really love American Dad. It's just, it could be number 1. It could really be, like I said, the top 5 are interchangeable, but it hasn't been around as long as two of the other top three, so I think it's good at number 4. I think Seth MacFarlane would be quite happy with me looking at this list, and American Dad's number 4. And I think there's another Seth MacFarlane one coming up real soon. Number 3, Rick and Morty. This was hard to put at number 3 because I'm a huge Rick and Morty fan. I've seen every episode in the first 5 seasons. Again, I just turn it on, leave it on overnight. Sometimes when I'm working, I'll just put it on and have it in the background. It's familiar, it's comfortable, it's part of my DNA now. Rick and Morty, all of these top 10 shows or top 5 shows are part of my DNA. And I know every line, I get it. It's aimed at people like me, and it's the greatest thing Adult Swim has ever done. Merchandise will prove that. The fan following will prove that. I can't wait till season 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, however many they do. Love Rick and freaking Morty. That's all I'm going to say. I could go on and go on and go on, but the subject matter is aimed at me. It's the language, the content. My kid likes it. He introduced me to Rick and Morty. My kid, the first season, he's like, you got to watch Rick and Morty. And I watched the first episode, and I was like, eh. And then a couple years later, I went back. Like, I think they're on season 3 at that point, and I watched another one. I'm like, why haven't I been watching this? This is perfect. And then I binge watched it. And ever since, it's a weekly thing for me to just binge watch every season. Okay, number 2. This one is so hard. Why isn't this one number 1? It's been around forever. I idolize the people that make it. I'm debating right now because the top 2 they're tied, and they have a little secret like feud too with each other, which I kind of enjoy, but I wish they were all friends and would work together. Number 2 is South Park. It could easily on any other day of the week, depending on how I'm feeling, be number 1. Should it be no, it's number 2. Number 2 is South Park. I'm part of that family. South Park is part of my family. Again, it's in me. It's in the fiber of my being is South Park. I'm not going to do a rundown of the characters. You know the characters. They're all just perfectly casted, perfectly voiced. The simplicity of even now, it's still pretty a simple animation. I'm addicted to South Park. The specials that they've been coming out have not been let down. Usually after 20 some odd years, you start kind of going downward with content. And even number 1, like which I'll talk about in a second, is going downward. But at least the last episode, at the time of filming this, the last episode of number 1, which I'll talk about it in a second. But South Park is everything. I have so much South Park stuff. There's a Cartman figure right there. There's the whole gang right up there. My kid's got stuff all over his room for South Park. The video games are fantastic. The movie was fantastic. Please make more. Like I said, the specials on wherever the hell they're on, HBO Max, Paramount, whatever it is, they're perfect. Yeah, you just can't beat South Park. I mean, one did, and I'm pretty sure you know what it is already, but number 2, it's South Park. Easily could be number 1. Like I said, it depends on how I feel any other day. My favorite character from South Park, Randy Marsh. I just love Randy Marsh. Second would probably be Cartman. I mean, South Park is just part of the fabric of our universe now. So that's why it's so high on this list. And I'm emotional. Why am I getting emotional talking about cartoons? It's weird. But Matt and Trey are just geniuses. Even their movies like Basketball and Orgasmo and the Mormon musical, they're just geniuses. And they bought Casa Bonita up in Denver, which is about an hour away from me. I can't wait till they reopen and see what that's going to be like. So to them, thank you for giving us over 2 decades of South Park and everything else that you've done. Thank you. South Park's number 2 though. And number 1, Family Guy. Number 1. A lot of you are arguing with me right now. Right now you're into keyboards. Like, it's just Family Guy. I can't believe you made Family Guy #1. I waited around for 150. We did, what is this, like almost 2 hours of video that I've had to watch just to find out that Family Guy is #1? Screw you, Brandon. Sorry you feel that way. But there's no TV show, period, except for maybe like Curb Your Enthusiasm. But that's not aimed at me as an individual. There's no TV show in the history of television aimed at me as an individual. I could think of, like I said, maybe Curb Your Enthusiasm and Louie, the show from Louis C.K. But even those aren't aimed at me as a human and everything that I've experienced and my entire life on this planet, 40, going on 50 years I've been around. I know I look really good for my age. Thank you very much. I'm looking at myself. There's been no other show that I connected with more than Family Guy. Just the puns, the references, the humor, the characters, just it's literally for Brandon Bishop, executive producer of ASY TV. There's no more perfect show made for me. That's what Family Guy, every time I watch Family Guy, I hear a cutaway gag and I'm just like, they wrote that for me. They had to have written that for me. Who else is gonna understand that? Like Stewie going, haha, Sherrod, you are. That's a Pink Floyd lyric. I'm a huge Pink Floyd fan. Like, there's just, it's perfect. It's the perfect show for me. Maybe not you, and that's fine. Maybe Family Guy wouldn't even be in your top 100, and that's fine. Make your own damn list. Make your own damn video. Put it out there. You'll probably get more likes and views than I do, but still. Which, by the way, hit the like button now that we're almost done. But still, Family Guy is the perfect show, and I'm going to end it with that. The perfect show for this guy, Brandon Bishop, Family Guy, #1. And I'm sticking to it. Thank you for sticking around. And again, every Monday and Friday, you can watch the ASY TV Life and watch me, all the behind-the-scenes stuff about running an independent streaming television network. Also, a lot of personal stuff is on there. My life, my kids, my family, my life. And then there's all the travel. I live in a van when I'm on the road, and I love it. It's van life adventures, man. And there's superstars and household names and homegrown talents and all over the country. That's what you normally get on the ASY TV Life. I did this because I thought it would be fun, and I could fill a couple weeks with content while I'm on the road, which I'm probably on the road right now. So the next thing that you're gonna see is probably my journey to Detroit and go hang out with my mom. And then I'm off to New York City, and then I gotta come back. I gotta stop in Cincinnati, and we're gonna be filming stuff all along the way. So I'm really excited to get that trip going and over with and bring that to you because you're coming with me through this show. Wednesday nights, we do a live game show called the Top Nines. We just argue over a bunch of stuff, like maybe we'll do top cartoons someday. I think I already have my list. And then we got new stuff like Van City, that's a different show. Van Life Cooking Challenge, which I'll be doing, where you send me mystery box items to go buy, crazy stuff I have to make a dish with. We're gonna be doing a review show pretty soon, so hopefully people start watching that, and then I can get free stuff and review more things. So much happening on this YouTube page. All it takes is a little subscribe and a notification bell, and then leave a comment about your top 10 favorite cartoons, and then we'll all be friends. Yeah. But I gotta go because I can't talk anymore, and I talk for a living, so that's bad. See you next time. I'll be on the road. Bye.